Hey, we're back.
Hey.
As soon as I get situated.
Yeah, get situated.
That was easy. We don't have anybody.
No, we got stood up.
We got stood up tonight. Josh Gregory, damn you.
It's all right. We'll get you on here,
Yeah.
Josh.
Well, I mean, I did kind of pressure him.
Did you pressure him?
Yeah.
Well, I just couldn't get guys' schedules to work out this week.
Yeah, we're going to have to get back into scheduling out.
Yeah. Well, I think we should be good for next week. Out of the two dudes I talked to this week, one of them ought to be all right.
Okay.
So,
Did you get a chance to listen to Matt Easter's any?
just the start of it. I haven't got a chance to get it.
I loved that one. I thought the best part was that Granny Gatewood.
I can't wait to. I gotta get on.
Did you hear about her?
Huh? No.
Oh, at 67,
Yeah.
69, and 71 years old.
Yeah.
She takes off with a pair of Keds, a shower curtain, and a laundry sack, and does the Appalachian Trail
Oh my,
because a man told her that she couldn't.
that's outstanding.
She's from Galplis.
Oh, that's outstanding.
And then she was in on all kinds of like television shows and radio shows, like kind of became semi-famous, for this. Called Granny Gatewood. Well, what little bit of research I have done, I have noticed that she is pretty responsible for the Appalachian Trail just development. Back in I think that was in like the 70s, 71, 72 maybe.
Yeah.
You know that would have been just a goat path.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got into that a little bit with Hogue when we had him on.
Yeah.
He had a little bit of experience, with that. So
I just can't imagine. Did that by herself with a shower curtain.
Oh, my God. What was that, like her backpack?
That was her tent.
Her tent. She slept under the shower curtain. Wow.
We was just talking about
That's
kids,
savage.
kids and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, those people back years ago, dude.
They didn't mess around, dude. Didn't mess around.
A pair of Keds. Now they'd be wearing Hokas. They'd go through 2 or 3 pairs of them.
New pair every week. Or something.
Yeah.
Maybe switching some boots here and there,
Doesn't a pair of Keds.
Keds, there you go. That'll work.
Dude, back years ago, most of them was just barefoot all the time.
Probably. And then just, walk the trail.
Wonder if we've benefited from shoes versus no shoes.
Well, I don't know. I think there's been no doubt, right? The engineering's stronger. Well, I'm sure it's better on your body and stuff, but also, back then you weren't going and getting surgery to get heel spurs knocked off or, whatever. You just,
man, I'm just thinking like what the human body it used to have to endure.
Oh, think about basketball shoes, dude. Mm-hmm. Like even like our parents' age, man. Those dudes. Hey, pair of Chuck Taylor Converse was your basketball shoe, man. That's your gym shoe. Hell, that's also your running shoe.
What were those ones that were almost like, not wingtips, but like you remember like
PK Flyers or something?
Well, it would have been before
Zips.
Would our dads have had Converse?
Oh yeah,
would they?
Yeah. That Chuck Taylor's big. Yeah.
Okay, so what about the shoe before that? Whenever they look like dress shoes, they weren't dress shoes, but they were like leather.
Oh my, I don't know, man. Yeah, you're right. That's
cleats were like that.
Yeah, cleats were like boots.
Yeah,
with those on the bottom,
Wonder why they. I wonder how that evolved right there into that tennis shoe.
I don't know. They probably comfort.
Comfort. Yeah, they like Jesse Owens running.
Yeah, 2 different shoes.
Was he?
That was Jim Thorpe. I'm sorry. They lost his shoes.
There was a video that I saw where they were comparing like Jesse Owens to Usain Bolt.
Yeah,
and it was something to do with that. Like,
well, hell, I'd say like the shoes the track spikes they were wearing when Jesse Owens ran was probably almost like running barefoot
or on nails.
Yeah, I would guess they were very thin.
Yeah.
And hell, they were probably running on cinder, right?
And heavy.
Yeah, I'd say. Ooh. Yeah, the technology of shoes has come
everything.
Long way. Well, yeah.
Think of like the football equipment that you had.
Oh, yeah.
Then me.
Yeah.
Then now.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
What were you did you guys have sleds? You did.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you had 1 man, 2 man.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Line, you had a 7 man, right?
7 man, yep.
Or was it 5?
Well, it depends. College it was 5. Here it was 7.
I thought it was 7.
Yeah.
Now, I remember how were those made? Were those tubings? Was it square back then?
Well, the one that we had here in Jackson was old. Like, yeah, you guys had like the second generation one. We had the old Crowther 1970s model, tall, slender pad. It was made
not much pad.
No, and it was made when you were blocking, you used to have to use your shoulders and your elbows. There was no hands, so that's why they were developed. Then, as I got to college and stuff, we had the one with the larger pad with like a shock on it, like they got up there now.
Okay,
and that's because it was made to hit with your hands.
Okay.
Yeah. So
are they still doing like you would know more about this than me, but like in football, are they still doing like old school clean and jerk?
I couldn't tell you, bud. I haven't been around it in a long time. I assume there's some of that. I mean, I would assume there's
Bench
still
squat.
some Olympic lifts, like that. I mean, we'd have to ask Prater, but my guess is probably.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know. Think of squat
now.
racks.
What I don't know is if they're lining up there and throwing 600 pounds on a squat bar and going down once or twice. I don't know that they're doing that.
Don't know if you need them doing that.
I don't think we do.
I think.
Remember, you'd strap on a weight belt so tight that about cut you in half.
That squat rack that we had back here in high school, with the it was the dude. Man, the weight that we saw go on that,
and what you were supporting your back with a leather strap.
I can't figure that theory out right even to this day. It doesn't keep you from bending.
No. I've not been in a whole lot of gyms lately where it's like just pumping iron or whatever. I wonder if the weight belt is still.
Oh yeah,
a lot of weight belts flying around.
Well, go on YouTube and watch these bench press competition, everything else. They're wearing these recoil sleeves.
Oh yeah, and the tight fitting
chest. Yeah. And I mean, how much? I mean, you're talking to an e-biker.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
So I can't judge.
And I have no idea how. Like, I'm sure it helps you a little bit with the lift. Like it,
It has to.
Yeah, it supports you or something somehow. I don't know. I never wore one.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that stuff. Now, I have a shout out. We talked about this. I haven't been enjoying these strongman competitions of Derek Allison.
Yeah, hey man, I thought I saw something tonight, and we'll have to ask him. He missed the sign up cutoff or something like that.
50.
Yeah, but he missed. He didn't get his entry form in time or something. Might not be able to compete, but. Whatever, hey, Ohio Valley Strongman or whatever it is, let the guy sign up a little bit late. We got to have him in there.
I mean, he dyes his hair and everything.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that guy's a perfect character for it. And my God, he's gotten strong, dude.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that weight he's throwing around ain't no joke.
Oh, my God. And I love that strongman competition. I kind of like the things that they do. Like man, I can't imagine training for it. Like you'd almost have to do the specific exercise, but like you're throwing these heavy bags, carrying stones. I mean, pressing these big cabers. I mean, I imagine that like, I mean, it takes brute strength. It seems to me, like, pick up a 150-pound stone and carry it 20 feet.
I thought that one where that guy passed out, I thought that one would have been the hardest, I thought. Where they packed it up here and walked it on that pendulum.
Oh my God, yes, that looked awful.
Yeah, I mean that would have started really burning about the second lap there.
Oh, I mean, like I said, I don't know where they came up with these exercises. They got one where like you got to throw something up over a high bar. I mean,
that's a keg.
Yeah, and I mean, dude, like think about that. You train. I mean, it's like just brute strength almost.
Yeah, those kegs are no joke.
No, I bet a lot of people get injured training for that.
Oh, you imagine one of them hit you in the head?
Oh, well, that, or just, I mean, like the muscle pulls and the torn rotator cuffs and stuff like that. It's got to be.
Yeah.
Torquing those muscles. Like, I mean, not only are you having to pick it up, you're having to throw it or something,
Or stop it.
Yeah. Or pick it up and like walk it around. I mean, dude, that's,
And set it down without killing yourself.
Oh,
Yeah, the floor, that was what I always thought was interesting in those situations, like how those and they set up mats or whatever. But I mean, can you imagine just dropping 1,000? Just dropping it on the floor.
Well, I mean, to me, it seems dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they don't just keep from smashing floors.
Well, I'm sure they probably do.
Yeah.
There's the reason why they put the mats down, because probably they crushed many of them, I'd say.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't got much into this this powerlifting stuff.
Yeah, I haven't. I mean, dude, I guess we all did when we were in high school.
Younger,
training. That used to be in the 80s and 90s. That was kind of the way you trained for like football. Or at
Man,
least as
shout out to Derek though. I mean, to do that at 50.
Oh my God. Hey man, that dude is a lot tougher than me. And I'll tell you what, you can see it. I was talking to him. He's really put on bulk muscle, man.
Has he?
Yeah.
Do you think that that's important the older we get?
What's that?
Lifting heavy weights?
Probably. I don't know about heavy, but I don't know that it hurts you. I mean, I think lifting weights, and it's something that I need to start doing.
I'm enjoying it.
Because I am feeling right now, at 50, I'm really noticing the muscle deterioration, man. Just becoming a smaller dude, man.
You're a lot smaller than you were.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just a smaller dude, man. Yeah. And I've tried to do that some, but now I want to, it's like, well, man, I can't just let my muscle wither away. I mean, I'd like to, I think maybe do some machine lifting, like Cybex or something like that at the Y or one of those places.
Just enough to get your muscles toned up a little bit.
To make them work.
Yeah.
You know, and I figure if it's on one of those controlled machines like that, there's less chance of maybe getting injured by, acting like a fool.
Mm-hmm. Hey, guys, we got to pay the bills. Let's talk about AP Prep and how you look them up at apprep.info. You go in there. If you got a child and they need performance training, that's one of the things that they offer. And it's simple. Their performance training, it drives their athletes to seize full genetic potential. And first of all, they're going to assess your kids' overall balance, their mobility, their hand-eye coordination, their foot speed, understand all their body mechanics, their output, their strength, everything. Look them up, apprep.info. All the info's there. You'll see it. Then they got a boxing class for the adults. It's $10, or you can join by the month. These workouts, you can burn up to 1,000 calories an hour. So, guys, you can't beat it. Look it up. I know it's a drive over there. It's a good time for you and your kid. You'll love it. Do some good bonding time. apprep.info. Look them up. Dad, he's just turned 76 the other day, and to be able to one leg up on a horse.
Oh, I'd say that's no joke.
Yeah, I mean, you got one leg way up here, and then you're springing off of another one to throw it around the horse.
But more or less, you're kind of doing a one leg
jump,
deep squat, dude.
Not so much
because you're way below parallel.
Yeah.
I mean,
way below. Yeah. And what I think, that I've seen him with age is the reason he keeps them is because he keeps using them.
Yeah.
Like I think that you hit a certain point, and you and I may be there, where if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. What is that? We've talked about it before, but like how many people they say are not going to sprint again after age 18?
Right.
Like it's like 90% of the people will never sprint again after age 30 or something.
Right.
It's kind of like that with your muscles.
Oh, sure. We're in jobs where it's not necessily physical.
Yeah.
But
speak for yourself.
And
I've been
how you're building, but like I've been walking. I've stayed with that, and that's great for cardio wise and
wake up, feel good.
Yeah. But I need to, I believe, start doing some sort of weight training, resistance training. That's not something, and I gotta be honest, I always enjoyed lifting weights.
Yeah, you seem to.
Did you like it? I mean, you're doing it now?
Me and Gibson, I've been doing it now for about 3 weeks, and then Gibson wrestling season ended last week. So those, you were with me when I bought them, those Bowflex dumbbells.
Oh yeah.
So we just get in the living room every night, and there's this guy we watch. And we do single dumbbell arm workouts, single dumbbell shoulder workouts. He takes his dumbbell, I take mine.
Yeah.
And then we do them together, and we're having a ball. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
So it's
maybe that'd be a good investment.
Set dumbbells?
Yeah.
I love them.
Like probably dumbbells or a kettlebell or something. You could probably get done about what you need get done.
Yeah, Joe Rogan, he just packs that kettlebell around.
Yeah.
That's his weights, I think.
Yeah, well, that's most of it, I think. Yeah.
You get swinging them kettlebells around.
Oh,
I mean,
that's no joke.
That's no joke. Yeah. That. What did your boy think, AP?
Oh, he liked it.
Obviously, we can't say he hated it.
No. Both of them. I'll tell you what, my daughter liked it even better than him.
Okay.
And shout out Drew. I mean, they thought
Dude's
he
an
was
animal.
great. They were battling illness this week, and we had to miss last night, and both were very upset.
Okay. I saw Oliver
that we were missing. And so it's on old Dad. I want him to get well. And I don't think you go and do that.
Yeah, you don't want to get other kids sick too. And that's a tough place to be sick.
Well, yeah, and I just don't think it's fair to the other kids in the class. Whatever, hey, we'll be back next week.
Yeah, I seen him that night she was over there. They was both red faced.
I loved it.
And I said, Abram, did you have fun? And he goes, yeah. Uh-huh. He was loving. I think that was his first taste of like real good line.
Enjoyed it.
Like strength drills.
Really enjoyed it, man. He loves pushing those sleds around. And stuff. The medicine ball work. He loved it.
Man, I caught myself yesterday. I got over there early. I'd been in Columbus all day, so I got to the gym early. And, man, I sat down there and watched them big old linemen from Jackson.
That's fun to watch.
Oh, my God. They look so good. And I was like, man, these guys.
No pressure, Coach Hall, but good God.
They all look like that kid from The Blind Side.
I mean, they're enormous. I can't remember us having this type of size here ever. I mean, and that goes back to
Jay Sturgill.
He's enormous, dude.
He's enormous, and I tell you, he's going to shock you.
Yeah. Oh, well, I can't wait.
He's going to shock you. The Allen kid is so thick right now.
Oh, and watch Gabe.
Oyer.
No, is that it?
Well, the Oyer kid's no joke either.
No, he's huge.
Yeah.
But there's a kid, I thought his name was Gabe. They introduced me to him. I had not met him. He's new to Jackson.
And that Thompson boy, Jeb Thompson.
Yeah, maybe that's him.
And you got the Leach boy over there.
Leach, yeah.
Hey, I've said it 1,000 times. Don't mistake, you got Grant Kennedy.
Yeah, who's been wrestling.
Who was a freshman heavyweight sectional champ.
Yeah. Dude.
Huge.
I don't think that we've got a problem with number of linemen, man.
Oh, man. It's the most beautiful time I've ever seen for our local
Well, and
football.
I think a lot of those kids for having the dedication every night.
The Leach kid?
After school, driving over there and getting after it. That's impressive.
There was nothing. We're missing. There's this dude, this kid. I don't know where he came from. He's an absolute monstrosity. He's a mid.
I know who you're talking about. I've seen him down at the field. I haven't seen him.
Lord.
Yeah.
He's enormous. He's probably 6'3", 6'4". I mean, I don't know how much he weighs, but I mean, moves so good. And I mean, it's his first year, I think, at football. And Chad, I've never seen. Now, obviously he's got some stuff to grow into.
Oh, sure.
But man, I was watching him last night, and for his first year, he's got it. I mean, he just needs a little bit of tweaking, but he's enormous. Yeah,
that's the thing. You can't coach or you can't.
No,
I mean, having kids grow up here they're this size. Oh, you just normally don't see it, man.
I mean that Jay Sturgill. I mean, he's going to be a sophomore, right?
Yeah.
What's he, 6'7"?
Oh, I'd say looks like it. I don't know.
Jeez.
Hell, a lot taller than me. And I think Doug was he wear like a size 16 shoe or something like that?
I almost told him last night. I said, "Hey, you're going to put that Ghost to Doug Wooten behind you."
Yeah, that's
because,
right. Yeah.
Because man, he's working
I'll
hard.
tell you what, Doug could just about hide behind him right now.
Yes, he could, and I mean, and I mean that in a loving way.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But my God, that kid, he's enormous.
Yes, he is,
and working hard. I just love the way they're all buddies.
Yeah,
and I mean, dude,
it looks like we got a good thing going.
Oh man, yeah.
And like you said, we named two guys that weren't in there, like Grant.
Yeah,
and good. I mean, it's
he just broke his arm.
I know. I saw that. I hated to see that.
And there's more of them. I mean, it's a good spot over there to be in. And I love the fact that Abram and Gibb are getting to see that.
Well, that's what I mean. I like for them to look over their shoulder and see that, and then. I'll tell you, man, the impression of that place, the thing that's amazing.
It was your first time.
Yeah. For me to see it, and the positivity of the coaches over there, dude, is second to none. It's awesome.
Oh, Drew Irvin's a gifted boy.
You know, man, I got to give that guy a shout out. And I was teasing him about when he was coming on.
Yeah, he just keeps blowing us off.
No, he's going to do it, I think. But he was telling me, man, like, all right, so that dude gets up and teaches at least one, maybe two classes in the morning.
No, not now.
Okay. I thought he said at least one or something.
Well, maybe he does, yeah.
And then, or a couple times a week, I think. And then goes to school nurse there at Paint Valley or something. Then comes back at night and teaches 3 more. Now that takes, you see the way the dude coaches too. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a lot of energy. Mm-hmm. That's impressive.
It's unbelievable.
It's like, what's this guy eat?
Dragon? Yeah. Did you meet Dragon?
Oh, yeah. Great
There's
guy.
another one.
Yeah.
Dragon teaches, to my knowledge, all the morning classes.
Gee whiz.
Dragon is like a freshman or sophomore in college.
Right.
But he's done that since he was like 16 or 17.
Yeah, that's what.
He's an absolute animal. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then he'll work out. And then he'll go to school all day. And then he'll come back and he'll teach 3 classes that day.
Yeah.
High intensity, very, very disciplined workouts. I mean, you've never seen a place that everybody's shooting the breeze, but at the same time, not.
They're getting it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The atmosphere.
I think it's
friendly.
the atmosphere. Well, I think I give Jason a lot of credit. I mean, you can tell the people that he's hired over there, he did with intent. Yeah. I mean, they're all very like-minded and very similar.
They got a young kid over there. His mom's from here, but Brown. I was going to call him. It's not Austin. Shoot, he's going to kill me for this. I'm drawing a blank. I just see A. Brown on his Instagram. Yeah, he's a sophomore, Paint Valley kid. Absolute savage. Gets up, does like 2 workouts a day. The first one's at 5 a.m. I mean, but this is a Grant Maston style kid.
Yeah.
I mean, just plays baseball, catcher on the baseball team, just phenomenal kid. And that's, me and my dad were talking about it the other day. And I mean, that's the thing with Gibb, I just like the fact, whether or not he ever plays another sport, I could care less. I love his active lifestyle that he's starting to learn. I hope it clicks a little bit more for him down the road. Hope I don't burn him out, Well,
no, I think that it's different. Like I don't know that you can burn somebody out with doing something that they enjoy doing.
Yeah, Gibb seems to like the workout.
Yeah.
Over there.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it makes them feel good when they're done. Like they've accomplished something.
Drew keeps them fired up.
Yeah. And I mean, the time goes fast for them, and they enjoy it.
Oh man!
I think they like the burn. They get done, got a little sweat going.
A little sweat going. Yeah. They don't, and that's hard to do to a kid.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What'd you think of the boxing? Did you watch anything?
I did watch it. I think I might give that a rip.
You could do that.
Yeah, I might try it.
If your heart gets wear that thing, or your watch will tell you.
Yeah.
If your heart rate gets too high,
step back.
Just
slow
walk
down.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Prater was saying, and I think if a guy eased into it a little bit, you could get a pretty good workout,
Now, I'm different, I know, but like I love the fact that like I'm doing something while he's doing something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm glad. Like I jumped his ass the other day. I said,
hey guys, while we're paying the bills, let's talk about one of our oldest sponsors that's been with us since the beginning, Geiger Brothers. Geiger Brothers is headquartered in Jackson, Ohio, with offices in Columbus, Ohio, and Knoxville, Tennessee. We provide construction services in Ohio, Kentucky, West Virginia, and Tennessee. A veteran and dynamic staff of talented people, symbolic of our 100-year history of success, gives Geiger Brothers a distinct advantage. Leveraging that experience for our customers allows us the ability to provide consistent and superior performance for their construction, engineering, and fabrication needs. And hey, we've had several of these guys on our shows. Scott Massey, Kyle Hickey, Shay Meredith, just to name a few. Go back, look through some of the old episodes and get to know them. It's a great group of people that have been with us for a long time, and we certainly appreciate it. So enjoy tonight's show, courtesy of Geiger Brothers here in Jackson.
I said, this was during a water break. I said, I need you to go. I said, I need you to give this, more effort. Okay. You're being lazy.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have probably said that. It wasn't my spot, wasn't my hour, you know.
Yeah, but hey.
But I also caught him watching me.
Oh, yeah.
And I was about half-assed taking a break.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, shit.
Now here it is. Yeah.
So it was kind of cool, you know.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And we both, I enjoy the time riding back and forth over there.
Yeah. Well, that's not too bad. And the thing is, man, I mean, I don't want to be the guy that goes there and watches. Workouts,
nobody does,
like, you know. I mean,
Curtis.
I could sit there. He started boxing.
He started boxing too. Yeah.
I think maybe I'd rather do that.
Yeah,
for an hour.
If you're gonna be there,
that's what I mean. I'm gonna be there in the parking lot or there anyways.
Yeah.
So you know,
there ain't no sense in sitting over and watching. You know, it's no. I think you'd like it. I mean, yeah, I'd like to see you start that. Maybe Jason can. Maybe Prater can get you fired.
He did get me fired.
Did he? I see you guys.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Massey's over there.
Oh yeah, man.
You know, we have
good group.
Keith Mannering, he does it with us. Kiefer, Chaz was my partner last night. Yeah. Just all around great people.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
Hey, we was talking about stuff to do. I tell you something else I meant to bring up. You know what I'm getting back into?
What's that?
I've enjoyed it. Reading.
Huh. I'll tell you what, man. I have an Audible account.
Okay.
And I listen to as many books as I do podcasts, probably.
Okay. I haven't dove into that because I feel like that's cheating.
It is.
Is it?
Well, I don't know. Like, it is, definitely. I mean, and there's a certain, I think, relaxation that you can get from reading a book as opposed to listening to something.
Well, the reason I'm doing it is because I'm trying to get better at comprehending
you're reading,
just in general, like slowing down my thoughts.
Yeah,
a little
there
bit.
you go. Yeah.
That's why I started doing it.
Yeah, well, that's a good idea.
You know, like I have a tendency. You know, you got your phone, you got your, you know, whatever. I have a tendency to, like, my brain just firing all over the place.
Yeah.
And you can't comprehend things if your brain's firing off.
No.
So, like,
you got to focus on it.
You have to focus. So it's drawing me kind of back in a little bit.
And reading would probably do that. With a book, like you can't really drift off while you're.
Well, and if you do, you'll catch yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Like, what the hell am I doing here?
Well, I've caught myself 2 or 3 pages in.
Yeah.
And didn't know a damn word I just read.
Yeah.
Okay. And I stop and I go back, and then now I'm really trying to focus. Like, I'm putting effort into focusing.
Yeah.
I'm torn, right? Not torn. I mean, shit, I'm being dramatic, but okay, what do I read? I used to be. You and I both did. We were big self-help guys.
Oh yeah.
I like those. I have dove into those.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna read next. I've got some books, like I've got some Western style books, I guess I could read, but what do you recommend?
Ernest Hemingway.
Okay.
That's who I'd start with. Great American author.
All right.
And classics. I mean, every
like
book,
what?
Yeah.
Like Tom Sawyer?
No, that's not him.
Who's that? That's Mark Twain.
Is it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. No, Hemingway. There's, I mean, shit. What ones? I'm afraid I'll say one and it'll be wrong, so I don't want to do that.
Hit me with it.
All right, Ernest Hemingway. Put the titles of books.
How old is that, Ernest Hemingway?
Oh, they're old, dude. I mean, he's dead. These are the classics, man. The Old Man
For
of the
Whom
Sea,
the Bell Tolls.
For Whom the Bell Tolls, yeah.
Old Man of the Sea.
Yeah.
The Sun Also Rises. A Farewell to Arms. So,
Farewell to Arms.
A Movable Feast.
Yes. All of them unbelievable.
Okay. Death in the Afternoon. What are these going to be like?
I mean, I think it's kind of cool a little bit. Some of it's a little classical, a little bit like, you know, older times.
Older verbiage.
Yeah, older times, things like that. But man, I mean, the stories are great.
What times is this?
A lot of it's like right after the Depression, some prior to it, like anywhere from World War I to World War II.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably most of those books are set in that time.
Okay. So you would call these like classical. I would call these
that's
like
what I would call.
I'd call it classical novels or whatever.
Yeah, stuff that on the required reading list in your literature class in college or something.
Okay, I didn't have that.
Okay, yeah, I mean, one or two of those will be on there.
Okay, and you've read these?
Yeah, I took an interest in it. I read them a while back, and then I've listened to all of them on audiobook on Audible. That's what I really like to listen to, or those, just classic novelists.
I was listening to this podcast yesterday in Columbus while I was up there, and this guy, it was a podcast about sales and whatever, typical motivation stuff, and this guy said that he wrote down every week, and he picked the books every week that he was going to read a year in advance.
Wow. Okay. I mean, that's pretty.
And he said he read 52 books a year.
Gee whiz.
And you'll have to turn that thing, not that table, but turn that mic. But you might have to move that cord a little bit.
You know what? I just need to move my butt.
Just move your chair.
Yeah, there
you go.
All right.
There you go. Yeah, he was, and now, hey, I don't know if I'm gonna do all that, but like it's interesting because in this kind of maybe sparked the flame. That 75 Hard, I listened to, like, it was like after we did that podcast with Cody,
right,
and he was talking about it. Cody's doing it again, but I started seeing more about it.
Yeah,
and there was some parts about on that reading. I do enjoy this motivation stuff. I do now. I like motivation with purpose, I guess. Like, how do I want to say that? Like, okay, like you remember that Frank Bedgar book that we had to read at Western Southern?
What was it called? I remember having to read
like it was just it was whatever it was, but that guy just talked about, like, he was motivating you by telling you his story,
right?
And like he would tie in, like he was an ex-professional baseball player. I'd like to have that book again. I'd like to read that again. That was a good book.
Yeah, I'd like to remember what it was.
Frank Bedgar was the
Bedgar was he was the author.
That or that's who it was about.
Okay.
I can't remember. I need to YouTube it or look at that. But anyway, he was always tying in something, like he'd say, and this sales pitch was kind of like when I faced this guy in the majors, and and he would always tie stuff in, and I like that stuff. I've thought about getting into the Indian stuff.
Yeah, man. I mean, geez, there's so much. You just take a deep dive on anything like that.
Yeah. Well, I want to stay with it.
Yeah,
that's what so I want to read stuff that I like.
Yeah, that's what. Heck, I like to mix like some fiction in there.
Well, you guys like those true crime pods.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
And see, I'm not that guy.
Well, it's because you've never listened to Sword and Scale.
Sword
and Scale. The dude that does it, just check it out.
Just check. Okay.
You will love like the outro. He's like fancies himself a bit of a DJ, and he mixes his stuff, and I mean it's pretty intense.
Huh? What other pods you been listening to? I've been on Theo's hard. Theo's been coming out.
I took a little dive on him. I've been back on Rogan pretty.
Rogan's coming. He had Dr. Phil and Kid Rock.
Yeah.
I'm. What do you think of Dr. Phil?
I mean, I think he's entertaining. I don't know, man. I sense some buffoon in him. I mean, I don't know. I've always thought he was entertaining. I mean, I don't hate him.
I like that guy that did you see at Beam at the time whenever that guy dressed up just like him, and Dr. Phil had him on there he didn't know that this guy was going to do it, and Dr. Phil had this guy as a guest, and he was going to basically persecute him because he was like filming people on like drugs, and like he had made a YouTube name, one of those guys that just exploited stupidity,
Yeah.
And that guy dressed up like Dr. Phil. And he goes, "You mean for doing the exact same thing that you do?"
Oh my!
And I thought, checkmate.
Yeah, boy.
Man, that was classic. He dressed like he shaved his head all but like the bottom and wore the tie. Yeah. And he goes, how dare you go exploit people and their disadvantages? And he goes, you mean just like you do, because it is.
It's exactly checkmate.
Remember like Jerry Springer? I think Jerry Springer was fake.
I think they might not have started off fake.
Yeah.
But it got, how do you continue to create content like that, man? I mean.
You remember the Jenny Jones one and the guy killed himself?
Yeah, I remember that. Boy, that put a damper on a lot of the.
Yeah, a guy came out as gay, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And told a guy that he was friends with.
Yes.
That he had a crush on him.
Yes.
And then that guy killed himself.
Yes. Because of all the exposure.
Because then people thought he was now gay.
Yeah.
That was probably, 92, 93 probably?
Early 90s.
Remember Geraldo?
Oh, yeah.
Remember he went over and got in that big fight?
Yeah. Had a big black eye rolling around there. The butterfly band-aid.
Those were podcasts essentially back in the day.
That was the podcast genre in the 90s.
In the 90s, yeah.
Were those like tabloid shows, man.
I think you're just going to see podcasts just keep popping up, but at the end of the day, it's going to be like radio stations, and there's going to be about 10 biggies.
Yeah, there will be, and the thing is, man, there's so much variety in a podcast.
Yeah,
like I guarantee you, if you're like, oh, what's some weird topic? I don't know, woodworking, whatever. So, hey, I guarantee you type search in Spotify.
Something comes up.
There will be a podcast
about it.
About whatever weird thing you're wanting to do.
I did that yesterday. I just typed in, after I passed those solar farms on 23, I just typed in solar into Spotify and started listening to podcasts on solar energy.
Unbelievable.
And I was like, and I did exactly what you just said. I was like, well, I'm sure there's something out here I can listen to about that'll tell me about it real quick.
Yep.
And I mean, man, just so much information right there. And I think that's what's good about podcasts. Man, there's mountain biking podcasts. How many football podcasts are there?
Oh, I mean, as many as you want. I mean, there's a lot. Yeah.
It seems like the ones that have like I would call ours like a variety podcast.
Yeah. We're not like, I don't know that we're in a specific genre, man.
You think that's bad or good?
Who knows? I don't know.
I think I would get so burnt out talking the same thing.
Well, that's what I mean. I think that the people can check in with us anytime, and you never know what we're going to be talking about.
Some good, some bad.
Yeah. I mean, you just never know.
There's episodes of Rogan I don't listen to.
Oh, yeah. Tons.
Are you still turning off the comedian ones?
I dove back into those, man. He had the Save Our Parks episode, and I got watching those guys, and then I twisted off into a couple of their podcasts.
You know who's hilarious? Tim Dillon.
Oh, I know. That was pretty good, wasn't it?
He gets on, like, he's got his own podcast, and he's like, he said something, he's kind of right, but he was like, he goes, I am so sick and tired. He goes, all you big guys out now, all you big money guys. He goes, I'm sick of hearing about your ayahuasca trips. Oh. He goes, you need to get back out and spend some time out in the trenches in the office spaces again. He's like, too many of you has got into these offices and all you want to do is ayahuasca. I mean, he was just going crazy on it.
Oh, that's outstanding.
It was great, but I like his. I like Theo's. I've been listening to Rogan. I tell you who else I really got enamored with for a minute. Don't make fun of me. Yeah. Ric Flair.
Hey man, I know a guy that never misses that.
Who?
A guy who used to work with David Burnquist.
Okay.
I mean, he never misses that one.
Ric Flair's been on Theo. He's been on Rogan. Yeah. Do you realize the animals that these guys were?
Oh my. Crazy.
And the shows that they did a year.
I mean, and talk about a physical toll on your body, dude.
Oh my God.
But because they were, it was athletics, but then they all, then it's known as like this, big show or fake. And it kind of was because those guys who got there beat the shit out of each other like that. I mean, sure, rehearsed, but then those dudes were living like fucking rock stars, dude.
Ric Flair was drunk for 30 years.
That's what I mean.
They said he drank nothing but vodka all the time.
Oh my God.
How did they do, like, not to call him out, but how did they know who was going to win?
Oh, I mean, they were told. The writers, I imagine.
Well, I guess were they just like, okay, in the first round, you guys do this.
I'd be curious to know. Like, I'm sure it's not all choreographed. Like it could. They just let them kind of, they might talk about one specific move here and there, but I mean, I'd say they just let them mix it up, right?
From these podcasts,
they're showmen, man.
From these podcasts I'm listening to, it seems like you always went in the ring and somebody was in charge.
Yeah. Yes.
And like you would kind of let them, do
dictate the fight.
Dictate the fight. Yeah. Like, hey guys, let's pay some bills here. Tonight's show is brought to you by the Kelly Wiley Group of Keller Williams Excel Realty. I tell you, we all know Kelly and we all know the group down at Kelly Wiley Realty, and I'm telling you, you won't find a better class of people to deal with. A verifiable fact, something that I found very interesting. They are the #1 real estate agency in Southern Ohio, and it doesn't shock me. I tell you, there's 180 different items that a home buyer and a home seller must do whenever you buy or sell a house. The Kelly Wiley team is great at all of them. They will help you out from start to finish. They have some of the most up-to-date processes and systems that you can possibly dream of. You're going to love the whole entire experience. So if I were you, I would give those guys a call at 740-577-3795. That's 740-577-3795. Or you can also look at all of their inventory at kellywileygroup.com. Man, I mean, they're just that Andre the Giant. They talk like, especially like that 70s and 80s and 60s.
Oh yeah.
Wrestler was that was a different wrestle then.
Oh God, I mean, yeah.
Mick Foley.
Yeah, they all come out there. I mean, half of them's big, fat, whatever, 8 feet tall.
About half real.
Yeah.
I mean, punches and stuff. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Now I don't watch it anymore, but I got big into it in high school.
My son and I got into it pretty big there just a few years ago. When he was young, we were into it, but now we've kind of quit watching it. Okay. So but I guarantee you we could turn it on and be right back into it. I mean,
yeah, right now,
dude. Yeah.
I've listened to all of Ric Flair's pods. I've listened to who else was I listening to a good bit? I'm still on him. I'd love to listen to Mike Tyson's. I probably shouldn't be that way, but I like his stuff. I like his podcasts.
Yeah, I've not listened to much of his. I need to check that one out a little more.
I just whenever and you've been there, but like to know where he kind of came from in Brooklyn, and after I saw that, and how he talks about these smokers that they used to go to, and I mean just where he was. I mean just crazy. I mean
yeah.
He was born to be a killer. Like, and he was molded to be a killer.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, think about the environment that he came up in. Like, you kind of had to be, or you didn't make it in that.
Yeah, he'd be dead.
Yeah, like if you weren't like a friggin' pit bull, then
he's the closest thing to a human pit bull I've ever seen.
Yeah,
yeah. And I love his perspective. In my opinion, I know he's made some bad decisions, but
but if you listen to him talk now, man, he's got great perspective on things.
Hey, he's a very intelligent person.
Yes,
like he studied like Alexander the Great, and what was that other one that he talks about where they used to take the dead animals and throw them over the wall and cause the bacteria infection? What were those guys? What were those guys that had that little mustache?
Yeah, the Mongols.
No, you're right there though.
Like the Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan was the one. He had like bacteria wars, and that's how he would kill.
You think about that though, man. That's like genius ahead of his time there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he would go
let's give them all disease,
and that's what he would do.
Yeah,
wipe out an entire thing. And Tyson's heavy in those guys.
Really,
he's always studied these great.
Like, does he have a guest on every podcast?
Oh yeah,
okay,
yeah, and he's got a co-host.
How long does his cast last?
30 to an hour and 30.
Okay. Anywhere in there, kind of about like ours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he'll get real. I mean, he'll just tell people.
I think you already said Theo's on a roll right now, dude.
Theo got like exponentially better.
Something. I mean, I've noticed lately, man.
He's good at interviewing.
I've always liked him, but like, I mean, I've really enjoyed the ones he's had on there
lately.
Yeah.
He's doing a really good job at hosting.
Yes.
You know, that you and I have talked about this. I mean, you know, we're what? This will be number 169, something like that. Hey, man, these guys are on their thousands.
Yeah.
And how many times have you and I said, boy, you know, we were doing it. And I mean, it'd be hard to do every day.
Oh, man, it's rough.
I wouldn't say it's rough.
Well, Rogan's putting out 3 a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many's Theo putting out?
About that. Yeah.
I was going to say, I bet there's 2 or 3 of them that maybe do every day.
Oh, yeah. Theo might even. Now, if Theo, I've noticed, has taken a couple month break here and there whenever he goes out on the road and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's bad either.
Well, no, I think that's great.
Once you have so much material.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at all.
Because then, like a guy like me that just started listening to him here recently.
You're catching up.
Yeah, I'll go back and, you know.
And I don't think it would be horrible, but you and I have talked about how, like, Joe Rogan's, he's special for being able to do that every day.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Yes.
And they're all good.
Yes. I mean, oh my. And I mean, to get as big as what he got on that, I mean, I mean, that's rare.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think he had it all at the right timing. I think he had the right system, the right guests, and then his personality's just electric. But man, that thing took off to the moon. I mean,
do you think what do you think draws? I mean, he got another 250 million. So now he's got 500 million in the course of the last, it'll be a 4-year span, right?
Right. Yeah. Spotify.
Yeah. And now he's allowed back on
the other ones. Yeah.
Wonder how that works.
There was probably a restriction when he first signed with Spotify that expired.
But if they just why would they give him 250 million and you can listen to him wherever you want?
I don't know. Might have been part of the negotiation.
So nobody else owned him,
right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Or I have noticed maybe there's like only new clips on YouTube.
Yeah.
Longer clips.
Okay.
But it'll say like, hey, to watch this full episode.
There you go.
To go there. Which I don't think's bad. I mean, you got to figure it out. You got to make your money.
Well, heck yeah, somehow.
Yeah, you got to figure out a way to do it. Yeah. He's got more listeners, I would say, than anybody. Wouldn't you?
Well, I think it's undisputed, man. I mean,
you hear like Logan Paul and you hear like the Nelka Boys, which I like their podcast a little bit too.
Well, I mean, the ones that what would you say? Like, how many podcasts would you put like in rare air when it comes to like a variety podcast like that? I'm not talking about a specific genre, not true crime, nothing like that. Just
man, I listened to about 3.
Mm-hmm. That you would say would be probably elite
to me.
Yeah. And if you look at their numbers, probably,
yeah. I mean, Joe Rogan can't do anything without 5 million people seeing it.
Nothing. I mean, and his name has gotten so big, and he's really never done anything to make it smaller.
No, and I mean, so look at him compared to like a LeBron. Okay.
Yeah.
Supposedly, he's the number 1 basketball player in the league.
Yeah.
Currently, or whatever you think about him, I don't care. Who has more influence?
I mean, to me, Joe Rogan.
To you?
Well, I mean,
what about your boy?
Well, there you go. Because the thing is, LeBron has access to multiple ages of people. I mean, our kids aren't tuning Joe Rogan in.
Yeah.
If they know him at all, it's because he's a UFC ring announcer.
Or a comedian or something.
Yeah.
Or has a podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, Dad, or Gibson will look at me and say, Dad, are you watching Joe Rogan? I'm like, yeah. So, I guess what's more valuable? I mean, I guess everybody's got their place, but I mean, I'm just looking at the two like, okay, so, I mean, is this guy the most powerful, influential person in the world? And people are going to make fun of the way I say that, but I mean that on a statistical measure.
I would say this. I would say he's in the top 10.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah,
like,
easy.
you know,
Who's the top? I mean, Trump.
Well, I mean, Trump or the current president of the United States at any time on Earth.
Yeah, the current president at any time could wrangle in an audience.
Yeah.
Now, could he do it every day?
Now that's the difference. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's and it's all the title and stuff, right? Yeah. I mean, Rogan was just a dude, and starts doing this thing, and I think the key with him though is if you listen to him, I don't even know how it is that he does it, but like the way he talks and the conversational tone that he interviews people with, and the topics they get on, like there's something about when you're listening to it, you're going to vibe with him somehow. He just seems like a magnetic personality, or, you know, and it's because I think it's very interesting to listen to the way that he talks, to listen to him talk.
I do, yeah.
And, you know, the way he makes points and I think, man, it sounds like we're really ball washing there. I mean, listen, guys, really, he's not an idol. Yeah. But I mean, but well, I mean, the deal is, I mean, it's undeniable.
Yeah.
What the guy's done.
Can you hear that? Yeah. You can. And I mean, you know, we all know him. I mean, that's why we use him. I mean, it's no different than, you know, you compare, you're always going to compare to what you know, but it's, you know, to me, it's like, okay, so who are the most influential people out there? You know, obviously you got the current sitting president at any given time.
Right.
But you can't really even compare that. And then you say,
that's different.
That's different. Then you say somebody like Donald Trump. The only reason I'm throwing him in there is because people just seem to pay attention to him.
Well, I mean, you know, if you're talking about influence.
If you're talking about influence.
I mean,
good or bad.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, you know, the dude, when he talks,
people are there.
Everybody's going to tell you what he said. And,
good or bad.
Yep.
So who else would you say?
Yeah, the figures like that. You got
LeBron.
Well, dude, hey, look, I mean, coming off the Super Bowl, how about Taylor Swift?
Has she ever said anything, or is she just one of them that
I
is just followed?
Oh, I mean, you know, she has a legion of women and girls out there, and Kelsey's that are, you know, all. But I mean, dude, I mean, I would argue she would be one of the most influential people in America right now, right?
I'd think, yeah. I would think Travis Kelce and
well, yeah. I mean, the run him and his stupid brother have had, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's unbelievable.
And then Joe Burrow. I mean,
oh yeah.
I mean, now I don't know. You know, I mean, that's locally, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, Joe's got I'm sure a nation, but I don't know how big he would be yet overseas. Right. Taylor Swift is overseas. I doubt the Kelce's are overseas.
Well, he is probably now. I mean, you know, like honestly, the whole thing could be a sham, but hats off to both of them. What a tremendous marketing scheme
they've done.
I mean, you know, and I would argue that Kelsey, like having the football boyfriend, has helped her. You know, in some fashion, I don't know.
These guys could,
like, there's probably some dudes listening to her music now. You know.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and then, you know, for Kelsey, I mean, tight end of the Chiefs, everybody always liked him. I mean, he's always a likable player and everything. But now all of a sudden,
he could never play another down and be fine.
He'll never be forgotten. Dude.
Him and Big Brother.
Yeah, I mean, I saw one of my nieces was wearing a shirt that's like, I'm rooting for Taylor's boyfriend.
Wow.
Or something like that, you know? Wow. And it's like, wow, man, that dude has not only, I mean, it's not like he was starving to death playing in the NFL. I mean, I'm sure the dude was doing just fine, but this didn't hurt him financially.
At all.
And that's what I always say. Like, people are like, man, this is just stupid. It's a marketing ploy or whatever. And I'm like, if it is,
it worked.
Bravo.
Yeah,
to who's ever behind it. I mean, because you did a nice job there, guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you know, so I mean, Paul McCartney. I mean, you know,
well, yeah. All he has to do is open his mouth, man. If he speaks, people
are listening. Now he spoke a lot, and I mean, and he's been heard.
Well, and there are
Willie Nelson.
Now, see, I think that you get to a point, and you know, nobody that we've talked about yet has really maybe hit that yet. If you get to the point where they start tuning you out,
yeah.
If you abuse the privilege of your influence,
that's right. Yeah,
you know,
yeah. So I don't know. It's interesting. Guy like I think Theo Vaughn's on the come up. I think Joey Diaz is on the come up.
Yeah, Joey's good.
Joey's good. Joey's real good. I think Shane Gillis.
Yeah. I've really enjoyed that guy.
Me too.
Did you see his most recent one with Joe Rogan?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah, he just says what he wants to say. That's what I like about it.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's ones like that. I'm getting back into the serious ones, like the. I take one of them funny. You have to.
Oh yeah. Well, I swear off of them for a while.
Yeah,
and then it was getting where it's like that's all there was. So I'm like, well, all right, let's do this. And then
I tell you another deep dive I've went on here lately. I found this '90s playlist on Spotify, and dude, they got me. Right, as soon as I heard the first note, I had to revisit an old blast from the past.
Yeah,
and I am just thanking sweet baby Jesus that I did this.
Yeah,
Blues Traveler.
Oh my God, the runaround hook.
Every song they have is an absolute musical monster.
And boy, I haven't listened to them in a minute. That kind of transcends time, though, man. That's like that. I bet that would sound cool as hell right now.
Oh my gosh! I mean, it is.
Had you not heard it in a minute?
Well, yeah. I mean, you hear "Run Around" and and all that stuff. The hook.
It's been a while since you sat down,
but it's been a while since I just cranked me some Blues Traveler. Listen to that son bitch blow out harmonica.
Yes,
and dude,
and boy, he does.
Hey, he's there.
That man will tickle a heart.
He's talented.
I mean, yes, he is.
And then he'll get into singing, and I mean, hey, listen, his vocals are off the charts.
Is he dead?
No, they're still touring. Okay. They were just down to Paramount not too long ago.
Hey guys, time to pay some bills. This show brought to you tonight by Brad and Sarah Munn, owners of your local McDonald's restaurants. Brad and Sarah have done a lot for our community. And McDonald's has done a lot for all of us. The statement, I'm loving it. We can all relate to that. We've been loving it for years. And we love what they do for our communities and our families. But let me talk about a big charity that they do, and that is the Ronald McDonald House. Man, anytime you get a chance to leave your change for that, it's a great thing. They allow parents of sick children to stay with their kids at the hospital for free. And that's just the kind of things that McDonald's does. Get out and support your McDonald's restaurant. Oh, man, I'll tell you what, that'd be one. Just talking about that right now. I mean, no way we would miss that if they come back to the Paramount.
I don't think I can. I think now I have to see that band.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I will be there.
Yeah, that's a band that I think I could go to.
I saw
one of those concerts.
At a festival festival. That's a loose term. They used to have those like Lollapalooza. Yeah. It wasn't. I can't remember which one of those it was.
Rock on the Range.
I don't know. Yeah, something. But they were there. Man, stole the show.
Dude, that I've enjoyed them. But everybody's going to think, well, you're stupid. But Creed, dude, Creed. Whenever I was in high school, Creed was in everybody's speakers.
Yeah, they doubt, dude.
Cranked.
Yes.
That and Matchbox 20, but I haven't. I've done the Matchbox 20 dives. I did that early in my adulthood.
Yeah, me too.
I'm
not. Yeah, I don't care for that sound too much.
No, me neither. I've
not edgy enough for me.
No.
About as far as I can go on that scale is probably Nickelback.
I love Nickelback.
I do too.
Yeah, I'll say it publicly. I don't know why people hate it.
If you mystery. Because I'm telling you what, man, if you can just be riding in your car by yourself and one of those come on, man, tell me you're not.
You don't. Yeah, you feel
you're cranking that up and you're moving.
That's got drive.
Yeah, it does. It's got a lot of drive.
Don't give it now. And I'm not bad mouthing them, but I mean, it's what are you going to listen to? Jackal?
Yeah, no. That sounds awful.
Yeah, it's like I mean, I thought it was rocky enough, and I tell you, I met that old boy from Hinder, and he was from that. He played with Nickelback. And those guys. Dude, those guys are rock stars. Like they
oh
rocked.
Man, I know,
they rock.
I know.
Yeah,
it was kind of the tweener. I don't know, kind of touched you back about 10 years while they were.
Well, look at those guys that was from the late or the early 90s, late 80s. Most of them some bitches is dead.
Oh yeah.
What's his face from Stone Temple Pilots?
I'm not good at their
Not
names.
Lane Staley.
Was it
Lane Staley?
Yeah, might be.
Or was that Alice in Chains? That was Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
He was Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
But Kurt Cobain.
Oh yeah.
Now you just had that other Foo Fighter die.
Yeah.
You had the guy from Stone Temple Pilots is dead. The guy from Alice in Chains is dead.
Yeah.
I think the Blind Melon guy died.
Is he dead?
I think he's dead.
Yeah, dead.
How's Eddie Vedder still kicking?
I don't know. He's still touring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But most of those like early 90s
if they're not dead, they're lucky they dodged it.
They missed it. Yeah, they got
because
sober.
Yeah. I mean, those guys were going hard. Yeah.
Hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm in that genre of music right now.
Well,
Cypress Hill.
You might have trouble shaking that for a little bit.
Oh, I'm in it.
Because once it grabs you, you're gonna stay there a minute.
Yeah, the Cypress Hill. I've been into that. Stone Temple, hard. Yeah, Blues Traveler, real hard. Creed, real hard. I mean, just all that stuff. Yeah. What you been rocking?
Man, I tell you what, I'm on a Sturgill Simpson. Been on a.
You stay on him
since summer. Yeah, dude. He's probably been my most popular artist of the year, I guess. Been on a lot of Black Keys.
Ooh. Yeah. Well, Ross is rubbing off on you.
A little bit. Them guys, I don't know what it is. I think maybe it was just listening to it enough. But, man, I like them. Well, who else have I been a lot?
Grateful Dead?
No. What's the guy? I had all wrong. My wife loves him. It's not Luke Bryan. It's...
Luke Combs?
No. This guy's not country. He's like folk. Zach Bryan,
yeah.
Zach Bryan. I started listening to his station on Spotify, and my goodness, man, they were sprinkling in Tyler Childers, Sturgill Simpson. It was great.
Okay.
So I don't know if you've listened to much of him.
I have that whole genre. I'm in and out of.
See, I thought that he was trying to be country. He's not, man.
Yeah.
Like, think Ryan Bingham.
Yeah.
Like, it's edgy.
Edgy and usually has a message. I mean, they all do. But,
a little bit maybe. Yeah.
I don't want to say political, but.
Yeah, no, but who knows?
Yeah.
Like, a little weird sometimes.
Yeah.
But, I thought, I mean, I was.
You liked it?
Yeah, very surprised.
Okay. That guy, I've listened to him. He was on Rogan, I think, wasn't he?
Who's Zach Bryan? I don't know. If it was, I missed him.
I listened to him on something. He's trying to live it.
Oh yeah.
Seems to be. He's trying. I mean, he's making some music. I just can't. I got to have something. I don't know if it's just where I'm wired a little tighter, but I got to have something with some drive.
Yeah. See, that's what I get from the Keys.
Yeah,
I like it. Have you ever listened to much of them?
Not much.
They're pretty damn good, man.
Yeah.
They're intense.
Yeah.
And I really didn't start appreciating until I saw them live.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, wait a minute, these dudes.
Yeah, they're legit.
They're doing this for real. I mean,
there was them and there was the Black Crows.
The White Stripes. A lot of,
but
the Black Keys, man. I mean, I had them all wrong too. Like, I'd kind of had them a place in compartmentalized, and I really only listened to maybe 3-4 songs.
Yeah.
Well, then all of a sudden it's kind of like, ooh.
Yeah. Forgot about that.
Man, those guys, yeah.
What about Counting Crows?
Oh, I like him.
Yeah.
Mr. Jones.
Yeah. A Jealousy or whatever.
Yeah, they had, let's see. Man, they were.
You ought to listen to them do on Howard Stern, Friend of the Devil.
Oh, I bet it was
Grateful
good.
Dead classic.
Yeah, I bet it was good.
Or a cover.
Yeah.
They did a nice job on that. I'm in that whole genre right now. That's a good one. I think even that night over at Jenkins's, I told him to turn that one
Hey,
on.
I'll tell you what we ought to do. We need to probably bring Roz back in here and cue up some 90s.
Some 90s stuff.
Yeah, he likes a little bit of that.
Yeah, he's in on that 90s. He's still gaming?
Huh? Oh, I'd imagine. Yeah.
Hard?
I'd say. Hard? Yeah, I'd say probably right now.
Huh. All right, what else we got?
That's about it. I think we filled it in pretty good.
Yeah. Right on the nose, boys.
There you go.
All right. Well, hey, like and subscribe. Check out, we got a new sponsor. Did you see our new ad for Kelly Wiley?
Yes, really liked it.
Yeah, Keller Williams. So thank you for that. Fab D's, all of our sponsors, we thank you. Should be, Mun should be out by the time this one comes out. So,
well, good.
Yeah. So if you're interested in sponsoring with us or being a sponsor with us, shoot us an email, thechubbybartenders@gmail.com. Anything else, Bum?
No, I think we got it.
All right.
Cheers.
See.